Hi everybody, Idaho Amy here again, and I want to show you how to sew with your sewing machine on a layout. And so here's my sewing machine. I haven't changed anything about it. It's the exact same as you would use if you were sewing material. And so what I'm doing here is a layout. This was a piece of paper that's got some embossing on it. My sister-in-law is wanting me to make her an album that's very simple that she can add embellishments to later. So what I did is I pre-cut some mats with frames, and we're going to go ahead and position them on here, and then we're going to go ahead and add some vellum to it to make do the vellum quote. So I'm just going to position this here. I haven't really thought about my layout much. I like to just do things how they come out. So just for the fun of it, I don't stress too much about my layouts. I just make them. So anyway, I went forward and backed up a little bit. You do that in sewing, and so it's just a habit of mine. I'm not sure that it makes a whole lot of difference, and so here I'm not using any adhesives at all, so I'm saving me lots of money. And hopefully you can hear me over the machine, but I'll try not to talk too much while I'm sewing. Okay, and so when I get to the corner and I want to turn, I make sure the needle's in and turn and then put it back down. It just makes it go much smoother, and then you don't get off track. And so I backspaced and went forward again. And this happens sometimes, it gets stuck in there, and I just snip it out. What happened was I didn't pull my string out far enough. Get my string back up here again. There we go. All right. Okay, so I have my first one done, and I'm going to go ahead and turn this one the other direction. Let's see, go over here, because I want to have a space here for my vellum quote. Alright, so you just stick it in there. And you can go slower if you're not as good at sewing yet, if you just are learning. And I don't mind if my stitches aren't perfectly straight. I think when they're a little bit curvy and stuff, it gives it a little bit of personality and makes it look a little more homemade. So I don't mind if they're not perfect, but you can make them perfect if you want to. I just always am in a hurry. I just do as many as I can. Okay, and so on this one, I want this to stand out, this piece of vellum. So I'm going to actually cut the vellum out over some cream cardstock, just to make sure that you can read it well. Give it sort of a background. But I don't want the background to stick out much, so I'm going to just trim it right nice and close to it, just like that. Alright, and so then I'm going to stick this about right here. That looks fine. And then you just stick your needle in where you would like to start. trim off the excess strings. And there you go, you have the layout done, and there's no adhesive used, just your thread, and it makes it much cheaper when doing lots and lots of scrapbooking. That's where adhesives is where you spend a lot of your money, that and embellishments. So I say skip the adhesive, use your sewing machine, and save your adhesive for adding your embellishments in your other spaces. So anyway, hope you like, and hope it gives you some ideas of what you can do with your sewing machine.